Tonight's episode of One Shots from the Meowing Portal is brought to you by Dubby Energy Drink. Dubby is the affordable, great tasting, all day energy supplement that won't give you the jitters. Visit dubby.gg and use the code BrainySentMe at checkout for 10% off of your online order. Hello, cats and kittens, felines and felidae, humans and variant humans in every race, class, and subclass. Welcome to another installment of One Shots from the Meowing Portal. There's a part of me that was still distantly going to say Tales from the Meowing Portal. What are we at now? We're at episode 10. I still can't get the name of the series right. Alright, so tonight we are going to be doing a tale of strangeness exceeding one of the areas of powerful celestial light and the pre-god planet. But first we're going to introduce everybody. So first up, we have Autodoc Blue 37 at Game 900.
Hello. Nice to be here. Good evening.
Good evening. Nice to be here. Hello. All right, and we have at Marion Mermaid as Marion Metaluneth.
Hello, welcome in again. Good to see everyone.
Welcome in again. Why am I repeating what everybody is saying? Oh, no. All right, and also at Shy Bunny Servant as QB.
Hi there again. It's good to be back.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, I should mention that at Marion Mermaid runs her own channel on Twitch at twitch.tv/@MarionMermaid, and at Shy Bunny Servant runs her own channel on YouTube, youtube.com/Mimi's Wonderland.
I do such thing.
Yeah, you do no such thing. You should, but you do no such thing.
Well, not anymore. I used to.
Yeah, used to. But I don't know. It's great that you're still here. It's great that you still can find a place within you to be creative with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love being a part of it, you guys. You guys are
Same
awesome.
here.
Aww.
But
so what does the portal have in store for us today, Brainy?
Okay. So, I had said something before to that effect, something to the effect of life, strangeness, celestial vitality. But also, more importantly, we are going to get into a lot of the origins of Brainy and Otto and their relationship with each other when they had previously quested with each other in Brainy's past. This one shot from the Meowing Portal is entitled Ring Around the Realms. We start again in Brainy's chamber. Marin and Otto are in the middle of a game of chess, and QB has just been watching the board very closely from the bottom.
Okay, so I move this pawn here.
Looks at the board and looks up at Marin and looks at the board. I don't understand it. I'm a computer. How is she beating me? This doesn't make sense. And Otto just gets up and walks away from the board.
But meanwhile, Cuvée is actually kind of staring at the board with some kind of a strange amount of concentration. And he starts to take the placement of where Otto was sitting, but where he's standing, it's like he's ignoring everything else and just focusing on the board.
It might have something to do with the fact that QB had eaten 2 of your pawns and 1 bishop.
Marin hears Cubey just chewing on the pieces.
Freezes and
hey!
Cubey, everything is a snack.
Cubey kind of says a muffled, no.
Cubey, spit it out.
Yeah, Cubey gets up and walks away and just faces away from everyone and just spats out the 2 pieces on the floor.
Well, that's good. I thought I was going to need to conjure more. At this point, Brainy has not been looking up from his work desk, and it virtually looks like he's been playing a game on his own too, is that he keeps shuffling that deck of tarot cards that was given to him by the the patron goddess Dinah.
All right.
Is looking at what Brainy is doing and asks what the cards say.
Well, I'm not trying to do any kind of fortune telling. I don't believe that's what Dinah wanted when she had actually given me the deck. I guess probably the best way to put it is I'm still trying to find purpose when it comes to this.
And Cube walks up and kind of looks at the cards too. Oh, it's almost like he's observing them a bit, and
Yeah.
she's actually trying to work something out.
Do me a favor and don't eat these.
Yeah, Cube nods, but for some reason he actually starts to pull about 3 cards and then flips them over or
Mm-hmm.
one by one, and simply looks at the results.
Mm-hmm. So you
And
managed to get the Ace of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Judgment card.
And seeing this, Cube actually he does seem to recognize what some of this might mean,
Mm-hmm.
and he starts to kind of try to explain to Brainy.
And so Brainy is listening intently. The QB has impressed me a little bit with just what seems to be his innate knowledge.
Yeah, Cube kind of is like kind of like what Mazelthad does. Not really straight, but hints.
Hints. Well, I mean, I already know what the cards mean as far as interpretation goes, but I'm loath to say it because when I actually did interpretations when we were in the infernal realm, actual magic happened, and it was my wild magic that was slightly out of my control.
Cube wild. At least that what Cube heard.
Hmm. Well, the truth is, and Brady just takes a moment and gathers up the card. Something else has been bugging me. I believe that Dinah had basically told me that she is the reason that I even exist in this realm. And the moment that after I was created, I was immediately placed in Metaluna. Which means that I'm probably not one of the pure tongue. This is what I believe for a long time. The pure tongue are a species of talking animals that live in the pre-celestial realm and guard the world tree, which is an enormous, effectively an enormous ladder into the celestial realm. I used to believe that I was one of them, but what I had heard from the goddess has completely turned that on its head.
Cube, in response to that, just kind of looks at his hand with the bizarre structure of like his fingers and such. Cube used to think like that, but what if talk to pure tongue?
Mm.
Go
Well,
on.
look, I can't do that just for myself. And also, I'm always afraid about opening up the portal to the realm of the pure tongue because it is effectively just the quickest way that any dark or evil wizard can possess the world tree and attempt to ascend into godhood. That's exactly what happened with my first arch nemesis, Senan, when I went on a quest with. Well, I went in a quest with Otto.
Perks up and arches one of his mechanical eyebrows.
So this was the future version of you. This was the far more sophisticated version of you that I quested with when I was half of the age that I am now.
See. And this version of Otto, taught you much?
Well, it's really not what he taught me. It's just really what the fortification of his character was. And really, the best way that I could explain it to you is if we go over and visit him. But I'm also very concerned about doing that because I have no idea what happens when two temporal copies of each other actually meet up.
I thought you said that a future version of me that you were acquainted with terminated himself.
Yeah, that's precisely what he did. But I'm a little concerned. Well, okay. Let me. So Brainy immediately starts making a beeline for the blackboard. Okay.
Marin walks over. She already cleaned up the spit from the chess pieces.
So
Also, a little side note, you seem to find that the drool is actually seemingly more not as viscous as as typical saliva. It's more like water.
so see this
Really
as
yucky.
yeah. Brainy starts to draw a just a horizontal oval on the blackboard.
Cube is also watching Brainy draw on the blackboard.
So imagine this oval is the flow of time. We've already established that the flow of time is circular at some point that we consider the aspects of time in order to repeat themselves, put themselves back into a logical forward-facing order, and then turn around at these points. However, since your future version exists in my past and your current version exists now, I'm imagining that you're in a situation where this loop is going in reverse, and he draws a second horizontal oval on the blackboard inside of the other one. So this could create one of two possibilities: is that assuming that your time isn't reflexive and based on your own personal choice, the alternative to that would be you are continue to be moving in time in an opposite direction.
Marin looks over to Otto because she's obviously confused, but she's trying to see if he can make any sense of what Brainy just said.
Yeah, Cube is even more confused because he's more like just looking at the a blackboard and just asks, like, wall? Drawn wall?
Well, to put it as simply as I possibly can, our friend actually might be in a situation where he's moving backwards in time, and that could mean any number of things. He actually might be growing younger. He actually might be continuing to time travel into areas that move further forward than we are, but might continue to be less experienced. Uh, this is probably all too complicated for even too complicated for me to understand. So.
Cube just suddenly blurts out at hearing that kind of description. So Otto cocoon?
Good cone?
Cocoon.
Cocoon. Otto in a cocoon. And so you could virtually see the cloud above his head.
Cube actually goes up to the blackboard and he kind of starts making some surprisingly competent and drawings on there, displaying like the lifestyle of a bug like him, and whereas like spider is showing like a little thing with a little circle with arrows showing like a little scribble of a spider, or making an egg which goes in like the egg sac, and then there's a bunch of little spiders, and the Cubit kind of points out like the egg sac part is so Otto stuck here.
Well, actually, if this were about you, then you would have been stuck here a few years into the future. Yeah, I think, yeah, there's nothing that we can do at this point except go in search of answers. All right, so everybody head towards the portal. We're going to start moving towards the realm of the pure tongue.
Are you guys gonna be okay to do that?
Well, barring the fact that we've had nothing else to do for a while, I'm sure it's perfectly fine.
Juve quickly finished up some more random scribbles on the board before or kind of jogging over to catch up with Brainy.
As for it being okay, well then, here goes nothing.
So Marin sticks beside Otto, trying to get his thoughts on everything.
Is muttering to himself, well, if the future me and I meet, like, how will that destabilize the space time continuum? Will we, will it result in like an explosion? Will time cease to exist around us? And like, so he's just kind of like labeling off things and counting, like, counting on his fingers, like, different bullet points and things.
Marin tries to distract him by just like kind of gently nudging him.
And he's like, oh, hey,
Hey, I know this is gonna be a bit weird. I mean, we've already gone through some pretty crazy things, especially considering the place we were last time. Maybe this will just kind of be the closure you two both need.
Otto kind of looks up at Marin, and his mechanical eyebrows kind of adopt a kind of like a soft look across his face, and he's like, I don't want to see a dead future past version of myself per se.
Look, I don't know what we're going to see, or if we're even going to see that. If it ever gets to that point, just I'll I'll let you know where it is. I'll make sure you don't have to look, okay? I know that's got to be something pretty scary. I know you probably don't want to face any sort of mortality. But we'll be here every step of the way, okay?
I mean, it's almost kind of like I'm already dead, and I don't know how to deal with that. And he just kind of goes back to just kind of his own thoughts.
Marin's a little dismayed that she couldn't really help him out or anything. So the most that she can do while Cube is just up with Brainy, she just kind of sticks back with Otto for moral support. The more that she can do is just like put a gentle hand on his arm and just kind of stick with him.
Well, this is probably the way that we're going to need to move forward. Hubie and I will need to make point. It'll be up to the two of you in order to maintain a safe distance.
Yeah, Cubase brought about some like typical alchemy supplies.
So
Okay.
pats Marin's comforting hand with his much larger mechanical hand, and like looks over at her like he soundlessly communicates his appreciation for his friend's presence.
And so, just trying to lighten the mood, she just kind of whispers to herself, "Comfort protocol complete."
Oh, that's sweet.
Outside of game, aw, Marin, aw.
Oh, like after that happens, the entire audience just goes, "Aww."
I don't know if you want to keep that part or not, but that's
And
cute
QB
too.
just kind of looks around for a bit, like saying, "What the heck is that?" But that goes right back to what he was doing.
Like, no, I love that. I'm sorry, like that's super sweet. Like that, I love that. Like,
Okay, we'll keep it. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Brainy, Brainy looks back at the both of them, and he says, "Well, I hope Marin's ready to do that for me because I have a laundry list of episodes that I could go through when we travel here."
I'm sure I can multitask.
So,
Hey, I'm really good at multitasking.
So
Marin and Cubase's comfort protocol multitask functions will be put to the test.
So we step
Well,
through the
yeah,
portal. Excuse me. We step through the portal. We find ourselves in in the realm of the Pure Tongue, which is just this beautiful, heavily wooded area. Almost looks like an enchanted forest from a fairy tale. There's very soft light pulling through canopies of very tall trees. Lots of very small animals like butterflies and flowers and berries growing wild in every direction. And so everybody walks out there immediately confronted by 5 of the Pure Tongue. A bear, a fox, a deer, a wolf, and a rabbit.
Cuba kind of sees the wolf and just tries to keep his wolf bead shoes like out of their line of sight by just like standing near everyone else.
And so the wolf turns around and it starts moving towards Cubie. Is digging its shoulders in as a wolf on a prowl would do.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Cuba's kind of shaking a bit. Like he's trying not to get violent, but like he is kind of making a small hissing noise, which you seem to realize that it's not coming from his mouth, it's more like from his actual skin.
Mm-hmm. And so he gets 2 or 3 steps closer, lowers his head, and sniffs Cubie. And he says, "Hi! I've never seen a creature like you before. Welcome to our beautiful and wonderful land of the Pure Tongue." And the other 4 animals, they start cheering. They go, "Yay! Yay! Hooray!"
Otto is like, he was kind of bracing, and now his body language kind of relaxes a little by their seemingly friendly demeanor.
Yeah, Cuba has kind of starting to loosen up, but he's still like really confused about this kind of situation. Normally, when he'd be confronted like with a barrel wolf so close to him, he'd usually have to be fighting. But here they are.
Marin has not let go of Otto for a second. She just kind of takes a look at the other creatures. Hello?
Hello! We are the greeting community for the realm of the Pure Tongue. You'll forgive me for being a little too excited. It's been so long since we've had visitors.
Ah, I see. Well, we should all introduce ourselves, I suppose?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is the bear talking. But first, what we should do is we should sing you the happy greeting song.
Oh god, here we go.
You see the little rabbit pull out a pitch pipe, and he toots it. It goes, boo. And then immediately everybody starts singing in tandem. The sun is in the sky. The sun is in the sky. Help me do this in tandem. The sun is in the sky. 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 That takes ready to okay, we get it. The sun is in the sky.
So is like, so this is the greeting.
Yeah, Brainy heaves a sigh. It may be just as well that I'm not one of the Pure Tongue, because I've never been able to believe that we were related.
I've never heard you sing this song, Brainy. Otto kind of gives
pretty
him
much
a
mutters the Cube home welcoming.
What is Cube's home welcoming?
Cube pretty much explains, well, see if you're food. If food, eat. If not food, dunno.
Oh, food. We have plenty of food. The bear reaches over and pulls from a red berry bush. Just try the red ones. They're delicious.
Cuvee does look the berries, but again, like, he just kind of doesn't. It's because, like, he understands that it would be very rude to like try to eat any meat in this world, but still, like, he's just struggling with the moral predicament, trying to be more civilized.
Marin just like picks a single berry since the animals offered, the pure tongue offered, just like, but she's still like a little bit hesitant, just like, what does it taste like?
Oh, it tastes like heaven, and it tastes like sunshine, and it tastes like wonderful prances through the prairies, and it tastes like fresh, clear river water. Brady interjects as a okay. Listen, we're going to need to visit the World Tree, and they all stand there stunned for a moment, and I say, "Yeah, but there's so much more that we're going to need to do. We should do something for special for our new guests. I know. Let's make a maypole." And then they start chanting.
Kind of a suddenly, spiders important. See World Tree important.
So everybody just kind of stands there stunned again. Okay, but
Otto steps in and says, "What my little friend is trying to say is that we would be happy to partake in your festivities. However, our priority is that we have business with the World Tree."
everybody, they stop and they look back and forth to each other. And it's finally the rabbit goes by. The rabbit comes up to the group and he says, "You guys shouldn't be going there.
Why not?
We spotted something there, something weird, something that is not of this realm. And we've all just been afraid to go to the World Tree since then."
What?
Do you mean not of this realm? I mean, if you look at us, we are not of this realm.
Cuvee kind of pipes in. What it look like? You know what it looked like?
It was a being that had black skin and pointed horns, but not horns like deer. Small, thin, pointed horns and 3 or 4 sets of arms. And talons on his feet.
Cuvee looks like he's about to go into some kind of nervous breakdown or something. And so, he pretty much says, "What if we help with weird thing?"
Oh, but you don't want to do that. Come on, let's go back to the village and let's build a maypole.
Cuvee pretty much tries to justify it, just seeming like he's absolutely dead inside. But he's saying, "We swear we help. We help fight monsters."
Well, okay. If you really think that you might be able to do something about what's around the World Tree, then
Cuvee pretty much nods and proposes, "We help you. You help us."
sure, we'll do that. Okay, everybody, spread out. The deer actually sounds this off, and then all the larger animals they spread apart. Just go ahead and follow the dirt path all the way down the hill, and then that's where you'll find the World Tree.
Thank you. Marin says as the other animals scatter.
Been mobile.
And after they scatter, everyone, including Cube, well distracted in what they just witnessed, have just realized that several of the bright, colorful butterflies have started to kind of land on Cube and just rest there for some reason. They're just they just for some reason wanted to be on him.
Well, which should we do about our new friends now? I know. We'll sing them the goodbye song. But first, maybe we should build those maples. We're going to probably need a place to bury them afterwards. And they begin to murmur amongst each other. Oh, yes, because beings from other realms die, don't they? Yes, I'm afraid so. And they just kind of wander in different directions into the forest with their heads down.
Kind of shudders when they get out of earshot and leans into Marin and says, their saccharine positivity was starting to grate on grate on me. I'm glad that they will not be accompanying us.
Yeah, I've never seen any sort of people that were that overly friendly, especially
Cube
not among
family.
my own kind.
Mm-hmm. You look down at
Cube
Brady, and Brady
being
has just pulled his hat partially over the front of his head.
Look over at Brainy and ask, is that normal? Is that culturally um, expected of your people?
It's more normal than I would like to admit. And so he points ahead, and then you can just see hundreds and hundreds of different trees and stakes put into the ground, and even like a few crucifixes and just any kind of thin vertical obelisk surrounded by ribbons. See, there's a maple, there's another maple, there's another maple.
Rainy, how many people have how many people have been there? She doesn't want to say the word.
Cube kind of hisses a bit like he knows what Merrick is trying to ask, and meanwhile he doesn't even can really recognize or care like the butterflies are just like chilling on him now.
Wait, that doesn't matter anyway. If there's something there, we need to get to the world tree.
Cube pretty much says, well, also kind of looking at his hand again, and then just repeating the description of this weird creature at the tree. Yeah, let's go. And Cube starts moving ahead, and that's when everyone pretty much sees that he's being followed by a pretty much a swarm of butterflies at this point.
So you guys continue to move through the woods. And eventually, you find yourself in a clearing. In the middle of the clearing, there's a sawed-off tree stump. And in the front of the sawed-off tree stump, there is a glowing orb just hovering lightly over the front of it. And so this is where Brady takes QB by the hand. And so that moves slightly closely to this. So the glowing orb is what remains of Otto after he sacrificed himself in order to preserve the realm.
Marion just holds on to Otto tighter. She just, it's unconscious, just trying to make sure he has any semblance of support.
Mm-hmm.
And is curious, but he also is you know not he's conflicted, and so he kind of holds Marin a little tighter as well.
Mm.
Cube is
Like,
still holding on to Brainy, but he's less on edge at seeing the orb as he's still stuck on like this strange imp-like creature.
So Brainy slowly approaches a stump. He gets within roughly about 5 feet of it. Then he says, "Greetings." The orb answers back, "Greetings. This unit is designated Autobot Blue 37. My primary function is to protect the realm of the Pure Tongue from the curse that was laid upon it by the evil wizard known as Senin."
Marion, and then looks at the uh, thing and the orb, and looks back at Marion.
Cube is pretty confused as well, hearing Otto's, what seems like Otto's voice coming from this thing.
Aaron just kind of takes a moment to process everything too.
So
But-
Brainy clears his throat and he says, "Otto, can you please describe to us if there has been any anomalies in the immediate vicinity of the World Tree?" "This unit has not spied any particular oddities. All is fair and all is peaceful within the realm of the Pure Tongue. Autodoc Blue 37 has been still has activated in order to send an alarm to Brainy the RPG cat in the realm of Premistera. In the event that any of Senin's evil forces should be detected in the vicinity."
Marin looks over to Cube.
And Cube looks up at Marin, and Cube says, "Is Orb Otto okay?"
This is the first time that the Celestial Realm has ever touched anything that has been construed as an energy core belonging to a member of Otto's species. Effectively, this is as close as an automaton has ever got to ascending.
Yeah, but what about what those animals saw? What those pure tongues saw?
Processing. Processing.
I imagine, like, if you look really close, you could probably see that Windows loading animation, like just that spinny wheel thing.
The buffering.
Yep, buffering.
That's funny. Um, Otto Otto asks Brainy, I thought you said that the future version of me didn't have the the um the robotic affectations, like didn't refer to himself as this unit and things like that.
No, that is incorrect. The version of Otto that I knew didn't have affectations like that. It was only after the core was removed and put on this pedestal that he began to speak this way. And eventually I learned how to respond to him in kind.
What happened to the body, or was there a body afterward, or was this all that was left?
We had taken the body back to Metaluna, and we had buried it in the graveyard.
So what you're saying is that he was here the whole time.
This vessel is purported to be one vessel among many automatons. Within its lifespan, it has belonged to 17 different robot shells.
Oh, wow, this is making my head spin.
Yeah, Cube's looking like he's doing some buffering of his own.
Processing has been completed. No non-friendly creature in the immediate vicinity of the World Tree. So there.
But that doesn't make sense. Uh, The pure tongue of this land described a creature that was long and spindly, that was some sort of creature with talons, but it didn't look like any of them.
Invalid perimeters.
I. Marin tries to think about how to word this.
And
Cube pretty much looks like he's shaking, and then he just it looks like he's finally said something. Walking bug thing! And he looks kind of ashamed of himself of something like Cube.
walking bug thing is not an entity that has been immediately seen in the vicinity.
Hmm.
So, QB, give me an insight check.
Alright, 1 second. Let me just get out of here. Dice train.
Da, da,
Yeah.
da, da.
Yeah, I'm getting just a Secarino. There you go. Let's see here. Let's see here. Side and side. Let me see here. Wait, which one is that again? Is that investigation?
It could be
Perception?
investigation. It could be intellect.
All right, we'll go
Mhm.
investigation.
It could be survival.
1, 2. Ah, jeez.
That is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 successes. hmm You just hear
So
just
that
this
was like
tiny. Hear this tiny noise in the immediate vicinity, and
QA
it goes
practically
effectively.
QA practically holds like the face whatever the noise one. His gauntlet's already activated and ready.
Mhm. So, what you're able to determine is that able to determine that this is actually the click language that you had spoken along with Beatrice Chromecrackle back in the wasteland.
Oh yeah, but after hearing this, he actually dissolves his gauntlets and he starts making that same kind of noise back.
Mhm. And so you
And
hear
he's
it back to
actually
you.
starting to kind of walk a bit closer.
You move a bit closer. You hear that it is actually coming from the orb.
But the orb,
hmm
he kind of walks carefully towards the orb,
hmm
still making the communication noises.
hmm So it effectively translates into this unit does not believe that you need to fear these creatures. They are friendly as well.
Cube is practically silent,
Hmm.
and he looks at the orb and pretty much tell truth. Where is it? Where is friend?
Say. You hear it go again, and then it says, "Friend does not wish to divulge its location to strangers."
Cube kind of stops at like the word strangers, and then he as he steps forward, he's actually like starting to take off his bag again, and he pretty much he actually takes it all the way off, just to like show his face like it for the orb and whatever might be around under. His hair is very thick and messy. He looks way too stiff to be regular hair. And his eyes, But it seems like they're just two big orbs of glowing yellow.
Ah, being is creature of same species as friend.
And Kyubey says, with his form now revealed, and seeing that what his ears even are, they seem to be full of holes. Holes, like there's some kind of the essence of holes in his hair and his ears, but they don't look like they were artificial. It looks like he always had them. And he said, pretty much says, with more clear vocality than when he had the bag on. Yes, Kyubey friend. Kyubey want to help.
Auto Doc Blue 37 will relay this information to friend. And then he begins speaking in the same language again.
And is um like my current auto, able to pick up on this language as well? Does he speak whatever this other language is?
Um,
Maybe not this one.
I'm going to need a check. I would put it in.
I wonder. I feel like for narrative purposes, he still like has his face turned to the party, so that like turned away from the party, so that way.
Yeah, it's turned away from the party. The only real other new things you see is pretty much that, yeah, he seems to have natural holes.
Okay, give me an agility, an academics, or an investigation roll.
And so there's 2 successes there.
So you've been picking up on just some vocal patterns. And you're beginning to, you just kind of find out some relationship words like an, the, about, of.
I see. So not in my programming yet.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, 4 actions that have been played out so far. QB and Otto have gotten 2 additional resolve points.
All right, sweet.
Otto, it looks like you're focusing pretty hard. Are you trying to figure out what they're saying? Like,
Yeah.
do you know what they're saying?
I do not. I'm starting to detect linguistic patterns, but it's going to take me some time to fully become fluent.
Auto Doc Blue 37 can assist automaton. Simply lay hand on orb, and my language database can be translated to you.
Looks at Marion, uncertain.
So almost immediately, Brainy just cleans house like, no, don't do it.
Yeah, Otto's looking at Brainy like, what kind of information transfer would occur if I were to touch it?
Well, what I'm a little bit more concerned about is maybe the entire fabric of the universe could instantaneously implode upon us if you touch yourself.
Oh boy, that was worded bad.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what the
Hey,
Catholics believe. That
The
is
one
hilarious.
Okay.
The dirty joke.
That's great.
Yeah, what they say will happen if you touch yourself. The entire fabric of the time might collapse if you touch yourself.
Right? So it's not just I shouldn't just feel bad about it. Like this could really destroy the fabric of space time.
We have no idea of knowing.
We
Also, why is everybody looking at me so strangely?
Yeah, even Cuvee seems to have somehow understood that kind of information or that statement.
She tries to just clears her throat, looks back at Otto.
The innuendo has completely gone beyond Otto because he doesn't think in terms of biology, and when he's thinking of himself, you know?
Neither does Brainy.
Oh, by the
So,
way, Cuve's pretty much put his hood back on again, and
well,
Cuve pretty much has has like kind of has a hand on Otto's like leg or something that says, "I do not want no,
The
don't
orb
know."
sounds back. Friend has decided to make an audience with newfoundlings in forest. However, they wish that this guidance be placed under my supervision. And so suddenly the entirety of the area around us, just turns a bright blue.
Okay.
This
alright.
unit will erect a force field in 40 degrees in all directions. You will be able to advance forward to the area where Friend is located.
Okay, Cuve nods and he starts to lead the way, and he pretty much just says to everyone, "Stay behind."
Brainy
As he
shrugs. Let's
starts to
let's
go
go
on.
of Otto's legs. Starts following slightly behind him.
As well, but kind of gives Cube and Brainy a bit of distance because he's already seen some things that are unpleasant and have shaken him, and he does not uh, feel a desire to be the first kid on his block to see anymore.
Is Marin still, would she still have, like, a grip on Otto?
I think she'd also probably be concerned about like apparently Cuve he having moth holes of
There's a lot going on.
so much going on.
Mm-hmm. So everybody follows QB more into the clearing. The closer you get to the force field, the more opaque it seems to get, until it's practically just as though it was just a bright blue overlay over the transparency of the woods. And so, faintly, you see this figure.
Yeah, all right, right, and this kind of a being is standing there. This strange being is standing there, and it looks like in similar shape to a little girl. However, her similar to Cube, this also has a black, pitch black skin and strange talons and joints. However, in a different kind of fashion. And the eyes of this critter also to be large and yellow with a single slit to defy a pupil, which seems to be next to a pointy antenna with hot pink hair that also seems to have a moth hole similar to what you saw with Cube, his hair, and it seems to be some kind of centipede-esque tail with two more what seems to be antennae, hey, or or something like that at the end of it. It and Cube does get closer, but she suddenly says, "As what the? Who are? What are you things? What are you doing here?" And she's kind of like pointing some kind of makeshift wooden spear here at the group.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I guess I'm the diplomat here.
Yeah, you're
Um,
not.
right. Uh, hi. We're actually from another dimension. We wanted to meet you because
But
we.
then, like, this girl cuts her off by kind of like pointing the spear at her. Hold it, Fishka. Tells who's the who's the who's the other one? My friend. Who's the main one? My friend told me about.
This is QB. He is the ambassador of a demigod named Mazelthod.
And seeing this, she kind of lowers the spear as she's starting to realize. Wait a minute, Cube, Mazelthod. Wait a minute, And as Kive pretty much approaches, he holds out his hand, which she actually he kind of
Well,
takes in like it's like their hands are like a perfect match. If not for some slight differences, is you're
so
you're one of
this
me.
feels as though that you're both pressing your hands against the surface of the force field.
Yeah,
It feels as
and
though,
she
yeah, there's
says,
just a transparent space in between the both of you that you're putting your hands together.
I never thought. I thought I was the only one. And
Well, that
or
kind of seems to be the nature of the situation, my dear. The Baron's
is it?
Wasteland seems to be the remnants of a world that you both had originally come from. And now that we've reintroduced QB to that world, is beginning to grow anew.
It's the homeland is growing again, and where? Is there any more of us?
Well, we haven't been able to find any more. Well, except for the witch Beatrice Chrome Crackle.
Well, all right. So I'm sorry for how I treated you before. Or and she kind of like embeds the spear in the ground, down to pretty much making like a wooden stake. Like like, and she's still holding on to a part of the glass where Cuve's hand is also pressed up again, as with this kind of force field.
I mean, given some of the other strangers we've met, you've been pretty pleasant.
Wait, are are you are you joking with me? As far as I know, well, like everything that's ever came in contact to me has been scared of me.
I mean,
She
we've
says like
been.
kind of adjusting like the flower or that the dark purple lily that's actually on her hair as well.
I don't think you're scary. We've known
Wait,
Cube for a while and we're not scared of him.
you're you're not scared?
Nope.
How in the world are you not scared of us?
Yeah, believe me, we've seen crazier.
And Cube pretty much nods and says that they good people. They good people. And like this girl, well, she pretty much says, and who are you? Who like are are I suppose like a brother of mine? I suppose. Suppose who are you? Oh, and Cube says, Cube. Cube is Cube, and this thing looks like it's she's actually happy despite like having mainly pincers for her mouth. Oh, oh great, oh great goddess, you've already come up with your name. Well, I should tell you that too, isn't that right, little brother? I'm Vanessa. I guess this means I'm your big sister.
Well, look at that, Cube. You finally found someone just like you.
Yeah, Cube
So,
nods. Uh,
says this is a cause for celebration, Cube.
Well, I'm not too sure about that. There's still a matter of knowing how she actually managed to get here.
beats me. Well, beats me, but first, I should probably tell my friend to let this thing down so, well, you're not so much as blocked off like this.
Auto Dock Blue 37 will hereby lower the force field. And so the blue
And
force field disappears all around them.
immediately the two pretty much hug like they were long lost family that are finally together again, and just like being how happy children are.
Ah, a cheerful reunion. Too bad it all has to come to an end now. The ground begins to
What
rumble.
What?
Trees shake, and you see purple tentacles begin to wrap around the outskirts of trees, tearing away the ribbons that the pure tongue were using in order to turn absolutely everything into a maypole.
Both Cube and Vanessa are holding each other, like getting both of their weapons ready, as if they're ready to protect each other at the same time.
It was a long time, but I finally gotten my hands on you, Brainy. And your little friends as well.
Okay, but why do you actually sound like Squidward?
Mary's
The
just trying to look back and forth between the kids, between Brainy, between Otto. She's not sure where to go, what to do.
So you just kind of see, where the ground was shaking is that a mound begins to just kind of grow out of the earth. And eventually it takes the form, something of a form resembling this.
Good.
You don't recognize me anymore, Triton. Don't you remember the time I told you that all of the creatures of your kind died within my realm?
What are you?
Says, I am Heinrich. Well, I used to be Heinrich. I also used to be Senin.
Mary's just completely bewildered. She does not recognize this person at all.
That thing?
That thing.
I think you would have a little bit better recollection. Because after you killed me, you threw me into the sarcophagus that also contained my brother.
That's when it finally hits. No. No, 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 no!
My acolytes took me up into the deepest, darkest hills, where they attempted to resurrect me, but they didn't realize that both of our bodies were inside the sarcophagus. And now here I stand, a mutated freak.
All right.
It's impossible for me to tell how long this form will stay alive, but as long as it is, I've dedicated myself to gaining revenge against the people who did this to me.
Stay out of this, Heinrich.
Oh, but I'm already a part of this. In fact, I'm all over this. So some of the trees that were surrounded by tentacles just begin to snap and fall.
No!
You've made me into abomination. So I have evoked the powers of an even stronger abomination of Ika, the Terrible. I hold her tome in my hand, and just very, very far in the distance, you see the tome that he is speaking about in one of the tentacles far off into the distance. I've a reason that I would give you a chance, one more chance to practice the heroism that you're known for. I'll give you exactly 1 hour in order to scale the world tree and grab the tome that might be able to undo my existence. But every step of the way, I'm going to do everything in my power in order to reach you and then crush you.
Ah! Fine. We stopped you then, and we'll stop you now.
I'm afraid the odds are against you. Or maybe I should say the digits.
And after all that, Cube and Vanessa pretty much look over at Marin, and Cube says, "What that?" And Vanessa pretty much elaborates like, "Yeah, what is that freak show?"
You should be more grateful. I sent you to this realm in order to provide a decoy for the ever-watchful Autodox celestial orb that exists here.
Hearing this, Vanessa actually he does get angry and points her spear here at him. What? You were the one who did that? Were you the one who sent me away from my home? Oh, how dare you! I'll kill you right here, right now.
Mhm. So just immediately, a tentacle goes by and swats away her spear. 1 hour. I will give you no other mercies. And then he begins to move backwards, once again burying himself into a sand. As everybody can see that the tentacles around them begin to elongate.
Vanessa pretty much snarls, grabs Kube's hand, and motions for the other ones to keep moving while grabbing her spear again. Fine then, I'll kill you in an hour. Or all of you come with me. We gotta get moving.
Right, let's go.
So the group begins to move inexorably towards the World Tree in a race against time in order to grab the Tome of Ika and prevent Seinrich from getting his revenge against the assembled heroes. And now it's time to take a break.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll be back about 20 minutes with the second half of tonight's episode of One Shots from the Meowing Portal. Everybody get some rest, grab some water, go to the restroom, and then we're going to begin the most playable version of this campaign. So we'll be right back, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for staying tuned in. This has been One Shots from the Meowing Portal. Stick around. Hello, everyone. Brainy the RPG Cat here for a Dubby Energy Drink. You know, when you're a hardworking gamer, tabletop player, VTuber, or a magical cat wizard for the multiverse, you know you need a little help getting the boost that you need for your concentration. A boost that you know that you won't get with sugar and artificial flavors. That's why I forego the endorsement of certain other well-known energy drink powders, endorsed by some hedgehog, and go with Dubby Energy Drink. Dubby's main ingredient is all-natural Arabica plant extract. It contains essential amino acids, including taurine, and essential vitamins, including B12. And it doesn't give you the caffeine shakes, which is handy when your gaming requires some decent Twitch skills. Best of all, if you go to w.gg and use the code BrainySentMe at checkout, W will give you 10% off of your online order. So, for the magic potion that will sharpen your playing skills, head to w.gg and say Brainy sent me. Okay, everybody, we're back. Welcome back to the second half of One Shots from the Meowing Portal. When we last left off, we were just informed that the presence of a millipede-like creature of QB species was found in the realm of the Pure Tongue. But in fact,
she's a centipede.
Yeah, technically a centipede. Technically a centipede. Only to find out that she was merely a plant by a very old enemy of Brainy Marininato, who has since transformed into an abominable beast and is now setting his sights on destroying the World Tree and our heroes. So, we continue to travel further into the forest into a straight line, and we finally reach the World Tree. And that's what's depicted above us. And so it looks completely and totally unharmed by the situation at hand. It is just this amazing, beautiful area of celestial guarded nature.
Yeah, Cube and Vanessa are both like looking at this really big thing, and Vanessa says, "Well, if we're gonna go out there, we shouldn't waste any time. Like, come on, Cube." Hey, and then they both start to fall and just like pretty easily start to climb up the tree.
Brainy interrupts him. Sorry. This is not what Senric means by going up the World Tree.
Huh?
Let me show you. And so Brainy begins to approach the front of the World Tree.
Yeah, by the way, they're pretty much on the wall of that same tree.
Uh-huh.
They're pretty much chilling up there vertically.
Rubs his paws against the surface of the bark and a door appears.
Oh, well.
So he opens...
I never do that.
Yeah. This way.
All right.
He opens the door, So they walk in, and so effectively you can just see a full interior of the world tree. And so it looks as though, from this perspective, it looks as though it is like an ordinary building. So Brady simply says, "So by climbing through the interior of the tree, we are going to find ourselves. We're going to be able to make it to the top, as though we were walking horizontally across a celestial plane."
Well, there's no time to waste. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cuvee and Vanessa pretty much are keeping pace with each other and making their way through.
"Come into my
Squirrel's anomaly
fortress,"
director.
said the spider to the fly. This is a voice echoing
How's
through
that?
the interior of the tree.
The hell was that?
It's Senric. He's
Ooh.
definitely had a lot of time to plant his roots amongst the totality of this. Okay, so from this point forward, we are going to be going by initiative. This is simply the reason that why I moved Brainy into the tree first. So we'll continue to go in that order. Is that I believe we have QB followed by Otto or Marin, and Vanessa will be last, but then there will be the villain's turn afterwards.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So let me see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So Brady makes it into the center of the trunk, and so he stops, and immediately he begins shuffling the tarot deck again. And so this is how he ends his turn. So now, QB.
Right, my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what are we attacking again?
We haven't run anything to attack yet. Is that first thing we're going to have is movement. Also, I should
Alright,
make
will,
mention of the
pretty
fact. Pardon me.
What?
Okay. Also, I should make mention of the fact that I've updated everybody's resolve points. Is that Otto and Marin now have 2 each.
All right.
Here.
All right. So Cuvee will pretty much activate his thrall gauntlets and begin to hiss with them, kind of scraping against each other. They're very itchy for a fight.
All right. So, well, you've equipped. You have your items at the ready.
Yep, items at the ready.
Okay. So, are you gonna move?
Yep, I'm gonna move and follow the others.
All right.
And while
So-
keeping a close eye on Marin
What's-
and Vanessa.
What's your movement? Your movement is 7.
I think 8.
Yeah,
Or-
8. Okay. So that would put you roughly about here, from where you're
Okay.
standing. All right. So now Otto or Marin.
I can let Otto go first.
All right.
And I will pull out anomaly corrector and the shield and kind of twirl it and advance to follow QA. I don't move as quick as QA though, so.
Mm-hmm. So your ordinary motion is the.
It's based on your agility. I move. I have an agility of 3, so I can move a max of 3 squares.
Okay. 2, 3. Okay. So you move to this corner, and then you see Brady wave his hand. And so what you feel is that you feel yourself automatically just advance up to 4 spaces in this direction.
Okay.
I say.
Oh shoot, he's moving up in the world.
So Brady tells him, "I'm using my pull in order to manipulate the chlorophyll within the tree. You should feel it as a celestial-like energy that is going to advance you, but only vertically." This is also something that you should try on your own, Marin. Even though the chlorophyll is not actually physically present, it should still behave as a liquid.
So you're
Liquid
saying I
plant?
could technically swim through the tree?
Precisely.
Huh.
Interesting. I suppose I
What
could give it a
is
shot.
What if, hey, Vsauce, Michael here. What is logic? We don't know and we don't care because we're playing our fantasy game. Stick
Yeah, let's
around.
go. I can, like, probably get about to the same point as Otto, right?
Okay. Well, what's the entirety of your movement?
My entirety of the movement is, let's see, my agility is 6.
Okay, so from your starting point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
All right, and so from here, yeah, you can definitely feel, the presence of something that you can attach your elemental water powers to.
Alrighty.
So you're going to have to use it creatively if you want to ascend any further.
Creative. So we just have to be creative. Alrighty.
Oh, I have an idea. Maybe you can have them make some kind of a morning dew that you can pretty much walk on, so it's like you're walking on top of the trees.
I had an idea too.
Oh yeah, what's yours?
Alright. So the idea that I had was that she would use her horn that her Uncle Brutus gave her. So in a way, she's offering water to the tree as well. Sort of a quid pro quo kind of thing. Where it's like, hey, maybe if I help you, you help me move a little further on the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the same as with before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you did.
Yeah, so she helps water the tree, and hopefully that is enough for the tree to allow her to move forward
Mm-hmm.
some more.
Okay, so you are getting a single resolve point for this.
Hey.
All right.
Hey.
So you do give your offering of the water from the conch into the tree. So in response, you just feel yourself lift out of the ground, up from the ground, and so immediately that you put yourself in a position where as though you feel as though you are swimming vertically, but in reality, is the world tree is suspending you, in within its chlorophyll. And so you're allowed to move an additional 6 spaces of your movement.
Alright, then I guess I'm moving forward.
Okay.
Why not?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That puts you roughly about here. You're the first person that can see this. Is that betwixt where these areas of leaves are, that there is a passage that just reaches through the center, one branch in this direction, and then 2 that go into either direction on the opposite side. Because anywhere where you don't see green is effectively a branch of the tree. Okay, you're also granted, and this is something that only Marin has, even though I'm expanding the whole map, just the entirety of the width of where the branch flow is. So you're effectively just kind of able to see the entirety of the map internally, as though you feel it.
As though I feel it.
Mhm.
Alright, so I'm trying to look from here. I'm like, okay, where do
Are
I
you
go? Where do I
feeling
go
it?
to climb up?
Crabs.
Maybe. I'm feeling like a barnacle head right now. Okay, so let's see. Do I want to move up? Like next turn, do I want to move up forward or do I want to go to the left? Because it looks like I'm trying to figure out where to go from here in order to get to the top of the tree without wasting any turns. So I'm trying to make sense of the map.
Mhm.
Because there's a couple of different rooms. There's the one forward, there's a branching pathway to the right, and then there's the one to the left. You know what? We'll get there when we get there.
There we go, Mr. Incredible. We get there when we get there.
So this is Vanessa's turn. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give the movement to QB on this. Same amount of movement as well.
Oh, alright. She'll fall behind Cube and strangely scraping like her spear her with the fangs in her mouth and seemingly coating it with some kind of same kind of saliva that Cube had on the chest pieces earlier. Except it looks slightly different. It's like she took the spear.
Yeah. Alright, so something else is, I need you to, use QB stats and do another intelligence roll.
Alright. Yeah, boss. Alright, let's see here. Same intellect. Alright, yeah, that's a 2.
Is that you hear an internal voice? That is the same as the clicking. That's the language of the Arthrophage, except for the fact that you haven't been able to interpret it.
Huh?
So Vanessa is just kind of in a position where, she is beginning to effectively hear the voices that she's heard since she's been in the woods, but not in a way that is actually legible to her at the moment.
Vanessa says like something's not right. I can't understand what these words are.
Hey, you're the itsy bitsy spider. Yeah.
Crap.
Ah, crap. Don't you sing nursery rhymes? That's my job, you creep.
Yeah. God, you're making this seem way too much like inappropriate Japanese content.
Everybody's a critic. Okay, so everybody is now in melee with one large tentacle.
Yeah, crap.
Brainy shuffles. Pulls his first card from the tarot deck. Okay, he pulls the card of Temperance. Say Temperance, the card of harmony, moderation, and healing. I beseech the World Tree in order to expunge itself from the darkness that this abomination has placed upon it. And one tentacle disappears.
Oh, one hit insta-kill.
Alright, so now QB.
Alright. Hey, seeing this tentacle pop, Cube will immediately slash at it.
Alright. So.
Alright, let me just calculate the amount of damage I'm about to cause on it. Let me... And I think that's 16, including stretch.
Alright, so they'll do their counter roll.
Alright, hold on. I gotta roll the dice.
Yes.
And
Okay.
That's 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And...
So out of
6.
the 10, yeah.
Hold on, and remember
10 and 6,
that
yes.
And remember Thornton Peterson
12.
defense is halved.
Alright, so this is their defense roll.
In half?
2, 4, 6, 7.
Is it in half, Brainy?
Yes, it is.
Remember?
Yeah.
Alright.
So yeah, total 16 dice. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to its 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 defense. So yeah, you managed to slash through the tentacle and it's destroyed.
Yeah, as Cube pretty much quite easily slices the squishy thing into ribbons.
Alright, so Marin Orato's turn.
All right, so Otto is going to leap at the tentacle and come smashing down with anomaly corrector on it. So that's might +2, so
All right.
a total of
5 successes.
5 successes.
Mm-hmm. So that's its defense roll. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it managed to deflect the attack and it's still standing. You want me to pull you further up the tree?
Talking to Otto, right?
Yes, talking to Otto.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Brace yourself because there's going to be an opportunity attack. Okay. So you managed to move through up into this area. I'm going to need you to give me a roll on your defenses.
Okay.
I think that's a total of 8. Okay. Their attacks lots shorter than their defense. The total amount is a 2. So, yeah, you escape the tentacle / unscathed, and you find yourself into another area. Okay, roll your sight.
Right.
Yep, any kind of sight, including the sight enhancement powers that you have.
Right. Yeah, I was just about to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, I'm looking. So, yeah, I guess I don't get like any bonuses to my vision, just my normal perception or whatever. So
Mhm.
okay.
Well, tell me what type that you might want to try to use. And
Probably my thermal vision would make the most sense
Mm-hmm.
first.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you use your thermal vision. And so effectively, you get the fullness of the map as well. But in addition to that, you see...
Mine.
So anywhere, yeah, there is an area where Senric could have strike. You're now capable of seeing where the tentacles are.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They say, guys, there's a lot of tentacles in this tree with us. A lot more than what it initially looks like.
Mm-hmm. So give me a readout on your coordinates. I think I might be able to target it with another wild magic attack.
All right. How do I convey that? What do you want me to roll?
Just say it however you want to. I'm not going to be able to do it now because my turn is already passed.
All right. So yeah, I guess Otto will just I guess shout out coordinates to where the various tentacles are.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now it's Marin's turn.
Alright, well, I guess I gotta attack the one that's right in front of me since it's still there.
Mm-hmm. So you already sense that you have the ability to attack with your elemental water powers due to the bond that you formed with the tree.
Okay. So that's easy enough. Just kind of use the horn to get some water, and then I'll just kind of use it like a... Try to, slice through with the water.
Mm-hmm. So at this point, the amount of water you can summon is probably equivalent to, well, what the tree can contain.
What?
It is, because, yeah. So I would say, effectively maybe the same amount as a large lake.
Oh, that's a lot of water. That's a big...
Oh yeah, that is a big lake.
Let's go. Okay. Then I guess I have an idea or two, but I can't... I wanted to see if I could just, splash water down the hallway. So it's just, go through the one...
if you use your water ability and like kind of launch those at them, then yeah, maybe that'll do a bunch of damage to all of them.
I know, like, the only reason I'm saying that is, though, I don't want, like, Otto to get caught in...
Well,
the
I mean, then
crossfires.
again, like, what Chip's gonna do to Otto?
You know what? Fine, then I'm gonna do that. So I'm just gonna... I don't know if Otto can hear me. Just... Hold on. Otto, hang on to something!
Okay.
You're
As much
just-
as Otto can.
You're just able just to dig the hole of both of your hands into the tree bark at your feet. All right, so roll the extent of your attack, and you also have the ability to use resolve points if you want to.
I suppose so.
Now it would be one roll for just this one elemental ability.
Oh, one elemental ability.
Afterwards, I can tell you, how much area you affected.
So then I roll 1 dice.
No, how much is your elemental power?
My
3?
elemental power is, like,
4?
level 4.
Uh-huh. Okay, so roll 4d.
Alright, so I did that.
Okay, so water courses throughout the entirety of the world tree, and so it really is an attempt to purge, also an attempt to pull debris off of the sides of the interior, and the tentacles get blown back by this. They get laid flat by the entirety of the water, but then immediately they stand up afterwards.
Any
So-
splinters?
I mean, well, a splinter is just any amount of different sized and shaped pieces of wood.
I mean, at least the one in the closest vicinity should be, like, knocked out.
Yeah, the one to the closest is knocked out, but the other ones are still standing. And also, you're getting another resolve point.
Hey, let's go!
Woohoo! Yeah, go Baron!
All right. So now it is Vanessa's turn.
Yep, let me see this map. Alright, so Vanessa will move to the closest tentacle, and then pretty much try to stab it with her tipped spear,
All right.
which is pretty much venom tipped,
3, 4, 5,
thanks to what she did earlier.
6. Well, okay. Extent of her standard movement is 6, but you could also...
Can she throw it?
Okay, well, once again, Brady does his synergy trick again, and he pushes you directly
Oh,
against the
okay,
tentacle
never
for
mind.
melee. All right, so specifically, how do you want to do the attack? Try to describe that first.
Alright, as Brittany pulls Vanessa further, she also kind of grabs onto the other her walls of wood in the area along with the tree, is to get some more momentum to just stab this thing with her with her spear. Or if not deep enough to directly kill it, enough for the venom she put on it to do its work.
All right, so go ahead and roll your attack.
Alright, well that be.
Well, okay, so I assume it would be the same as QB's attack, but minus the enhancements. So what is the base, what are QB's base attack points?
Base attack points.
It would be a
Well,
6,
might
wouldn't
is-
it? Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
Might is...
Might is 5.
Okay, then roll 5.
Alright. Let me see here. 5, 2, 6.
Okay,
Would that be enough?
that's 3 successes. Against its defense will be... Ooh, this was a good one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay,
So spend a point of resolve.
yes, you can spend a point of resolve.
Alright.
So roll 5d again. 2, 3. That's
Damn,
actually
that was
lower.
worse than the first one.
Yeah, so, well, the thing is, okay, so you're able to embed your spear and pull it off. And as you said that, since you have poison attacks, you know that it will die at the end of its next round.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, after that, Vanessa pretty much says, "Don't bother with this one. They'll die in a bit."
Mm-hmm. All right. So anything that the tentacles in melee in is going to attack, and the only one right now will be against Vanessa. Okay. So it attacks for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. Roll your defense once again, same as QB's defense without enhancements.
Agility is 6.
All right, then we'll treat it as an agility roll. You just try to do what you can to dodge.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see here. 2, 2, and a 6.
And a 3. No, well, okay. So this one doesn't pass. So you take 1 damage. I believe that's 3 with 3 remaining. So, yeah, and then at the end of the round, the tentacle does die.
Yeah, Vanessa, while a bit stunned by the attack, she still says, "Don't worry about me. Hey, I'm fine. I'll recover. What's important is getting to that book."
All right. Give me another insight check. Give me another intelligence check.
Okay, but it's 2.
Okay.
Cube's intellect is 2.
Yeah. Roll that.
Aww.
Yeah. So
6.
that was with it too.
Will it work?
Well, okay. So you hear a voice in your head. Okay, it is the voice from the Ascended Auto. Say, Autobot Blue 37 has discovered a direct path towards the book within the World Tree.
Alright, after hearing this message, Vanessa shakes her head and she turns to the group and says, "Over this way! Hey, my friend knows the secret. There's a way for us to get closer."
Mm-hmm. So it's you're just kind of shown, you just kind of as though it was a virtual relay, a straight line that goes diagonally from here to where the object is. And so I'm using the cake wagon because I forgot to actually put a book in this. And so, in your next turn, you can use your movement to go in a straight line that way.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Start of the third round.
Alright, I'm going again, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, 1 more tentacle will spawn, but it spawns at a distance from where Otto is.
Alright.
Okay.
Cube will go towards
hang on
Vanessa,
a second.
and with the help of Cube's with Brainy's pole thingy, he will go and make take another enhanced slice at the tentacle that just showed up in front of Otto.
Mm-hmm. So Brainy interrupts this and he says, "Okay, let me try one more thing." And so he begins shuffling the wild magic deck again.
Oh wait, oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was my turn. I'm
well,
sorry.
I mean, I want to help you with this, but I'm thinking maybe the wild magic table might be able to help you with this more. And so he pulls the card off of the top of the deck again. So this is card, the High Priestess, Intuition, Self-Wisdom, Mastery. And so your abilities get enhanced by the Mistress card, and you can see the exact same direct path that Vanessa can at the moment.
Oh,
you can also see the location of every tentacle the same way that Otto does. Okay, so
alright, we got X-ray vision up here.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Alright.
12. So you're able to move into melee with this tentacle if Brainy moves you up into a straight line.
Wait a minute. If I can spend a point of resolve, can I use one of my hits to pretty much conjure up like some more longer shadow claw? Us get 2 of these that are next to each other in one hit.
Mm-hmm. You can do that.
Like
you can also use more than one resolve in order to enhance your attack. As many as you want, up to the total amount that you currently have.
How much do I have?
And, natively you have 2. I believe you got another point of inspiration when we were in front of the stump.
Yeah.
So it's currently
I think
3.
I got,
Mhm.
yeah, 3. Alright, I'll use 1 point of inspiration of that to do the double attack.
Mhm.
And that'll be... And if I need to, I'll use the other one to redo whichever one I need.
Well, actually, you don't need resolve in order to do the double attack, but you can add 1 to one of the 2 attacks.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Alright, let me see here. Let's see here. 3, 6, 9, 12. Alright, yeah, 16.
All right, so.
And hold on. And
Mhm.
I think those will work.
6, 7, 8. So 12 successes. So their defense is limited to 4. So yeah, this one immediately gets destroyed.
And the other one?
You were trying to attack both of them?
Yeah, both of them at once. That's
So
what I was
then,
saying.
and then it was the one to the
for.
furthest point. Okay.
No. Like the one that was like next to that one, like on the right side of me. No,
Since it was
that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one.
Then probably not even the same tentacle at this point. But
Yeah, no,
so
but
you
it's close,
successfully use your powers to clear a path in both directions.
Yeah, pretty much like Cubit kicks up such subtle claws was aided by the strength of the cards, with such strength that it quite easily splatters the tentacles, and stirs up a whole bunch of, quite easily chops up a couple of broken logs in the process. And as he does this, Vanessa watches it, and she mutters to herself, "Whoa, this is the power. This is the power of another reincarnation of Mozzelthod."
All right, so now it's Marin and Otto.
Okay, no problem. Otto is going to use his slay power on one of these tentacles that are in the path.
All right, roll the dice for your slay power. Their defense is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so they just barely missed it under the wire, and this one is destroyed. So Brady asks again, do you want me to continue to move you upward? So Brady is still blind to what you can already see, and it's that 6 spaces immediately in front of you. There's another tentacle.
Yeah, and Otto says, "There's another tentacle over there. Swing me over that way, Brady."
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So you'll stop right here. Is that you'll just be short of being in melee with it. All right.
Okay, well, I guess I'm going to kind of take a better look at the map. I'm assuming in the top left corner, that's where the book is.
So just where the top more and the upper left most part of the cabin
from
be.
this sudden blow burst of destruction QB just made.
Okay, so if that's the case, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing again, where I try to summon water, except I'm going to I am going to ride the tidal wave. So I'm going to try to get.
Surf.
Yeah, I'm gonna use surf. I'm gonna try to get as close as I can to that book.
Marin, use surf. It is super effective.
Okay, so roll your elemental power.
Alrighty, another. Actually, just to make sure too, I'm gonna try to spend 2 of my resolve.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah! Yay! So 6 instead of 4. It's a good thing too.
All right. So you get to add that 5 to the total amount of your movement.
Okay.
So then you have that, and then you have your native movement. What was your native movement again? A 6?
Yeah.
Okay, so up to 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Or do you want to travel in a line that's a little bit closer?
I guess the one that's a little bit closer.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. So roughly about here. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm with QB now.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
you're at a point where you can actually see the book just, past a vertical facing branch on this pedestal at the top. Okay, now it's Vanessa's turn.
All right. Vanessa will also head towards Cube and Marin, and towards the book.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the entirety of their movement 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, actually, yeah, you got to straight line get out as well. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah, we
4,
got the
5,
straight line.
6. So that puts you roughly about there. Is there anything else that you want to attempt other than movement?
Vanessa would like to make sure to check around to see. Would like to take a quick look to see if there aren't any like any ambush near the book or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so roll your intelligence.
Another 2, huh?
All right.
4.
4. All right. So the way I've been using this is that if you're able to roll both successes, then I can have auto talk to you. But once again, things are hazy at the moment.
Yeah, I
You're
know.
not quite reaching through at the here. So
Spend some resolve. But then again, I don't
yeah,
know
you
if it would
can.
even work.
Well, I mean, you could try. You can try to spend the one resolve to re-roll, or you can use them both as points.
Can I use them as points?
All right. So how many resolve do you have remaining?
I used 1, so I think I
Yeah.
have 2 left.
Yeah. Okay. For Vanessa, you actually do have 2 because it's a different character, and you've done inspiration rolls both times. So I will say that it's a 2.
Okay.
You can add it to the 1 remaining in order for you to push. So you're rolling 3 this time.
All right. Come on, please. Damn it! It's the same. It's even worse.
Yeah,
God,
it's the same amount.
I hate this.
Yeah, I tried. All right. Mm-hmm. So, I mean,
Is there any chance I
you're
see
right to be
anything?
suspicious. Well, Vanessa wouldn't personally, but at this point, Marin certainly can. That you just see, 3 or 4, 3 tentacles spring up in the area directly in front of the book. So there definitely was, yeah, you were right to be concerned about that. And so at the moment, Marin would be able to see it. Otto would also be able to see it. I think, yeah, QB can see it as well because they were given the benefit of sight from other characters.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, top of the third. So, Brady looks left, looks right. It looks as though that this area is clear. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's still just trying to be in a place where he might be visible. Then he shuffles a wild magic deck again. Okay. This looks like the Fool. The Fool is the Fool, the 0 card. So as a result of pulling the 0 card, absolutely nothing happens. So you immediately see Brainy toss the card away. He says, "Oh, jeez, I thought we were past this." All right, so we are moving to QB's turn.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and try to do another group attack.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right, so 16. ones. There's 10 and 6. Can I do a reroll with my resolve?
Well, hang on a second. Let me see what the counter roll is. 2, 4, 5, 6. 2, 6, 20, 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, so you're down by 1. So you might want to either spend that to reroll.
Yeah, I want to reroll.
All right.
Alright, come on. Big money.
Mm.
Will that work?
Yes, it will. Okay.
Ooh.
So 2 of those tentacles expire.
Alright, with the... And as they pop up, Cube quickly, he just manages to completely... He slashed through those to like paper, and wounds one of the tentacles that had managed to dodge like the full brunt of it.
All right. So now it's Marinarado.
Let me see.
I think Raren should go. She's closest to the book.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm like trying to count the spaces up ahead to see how far I could get.
Cube could probably help with his shadow claws, like just pulling you over.
True.
I mean,
You wanna try
you've had well. In addition to that, you've just had an enormous amount of movement while in here.
What?
Marin has had an enormous amount of movement since we've been doing this.
True.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, also true. Ooh, I know. Marin, how about you try out surf again, and Cube could probably feel like, while you're taking care of that tentacle, Cube can move out of the way of you.
Alright, surf it is. Surf's up.
Cowabunga!
Cowabunga. Let me see. I have like
Cowabunga, you son of a bitch!
I don't know how many. I used up 2 of my resolve. I don't remember how many more I had left. I think I had like 1 more.
Yeah, I think you do.
Alright, then I'm gonna use the last of that for that too. Bunk.
All right. So that would give you a total of 8 movement. You could have gotten there with your normal movement.
I had to show off.
Yeah, you had to show off.
Okay. I need Marin to roll her intelligence.
Oh.
Ah, crap, Aaron.
Oh.
You started. You gotta finish it.
Intelligence is 4, so maybe it'll be good.
Well, it's better than mine. Have some faith.
Alright, let's go. 4.
All right. Okay, so that's a 2. So you hear the alternate Otto's voice in your head. You say, this unit has determined the words that are needed to say in order to dispel the anomaly from the world tree.
Alright, what are the words I need to say?
Kesquananiquiport.
Mind running that by me again?
Say, I banish you from all that is celestial.
Okay, I banish you all from all that is celestial.
All right, and so then the tentacles disappear.
They're gone?
All right, yeah, all right. Yeah, they're gone. Move that down and then delete it. All right. So the first thing you hear Brady shout. I don't suppose anybody is sensing anything that is related to Senric right now.
And after that, Cube just like says again, "Who? Cube don't know who that is."
So Brainy begins to rush to the tree, and I'm assume that the rest of the party comes down there.
Yep,
Yeah.
they do, and
Uh-huh.
Cube is still trying to ask who he even is, who this guy even is.
So you all just return to the mound where Senric is, and you only see a skeleton.
Uh, what the fuck?
Is it a single skeleton or is it a fused skeleton?
It's like a
Is it?
skeleton that is just like a single skeleton, as just a set of additional strewn apart bones,
Just
sticking out of the mound that Senric had appeared from before.
He's gone. Again.
Well, too bad is that he messed with forces beyond his comprehension. But of course, that's probably just a testament to the entirety of the way he lived his life.
What was he talking about? Someone named Ika.
Who is that?
Well, I can't be certain unless we actually go through the book.
Cube nods as he actually brought the book back
Mm-hmm.
with him, and then he's currently holding it in his hands.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Cube, careful! She takes the book away from him.
Marin is able to glance at a title. The front of the title says "How to Cook for 50 Men."
What?
What the?
Okay.
Is that just a cooking recipe? Is this just a recipe book? What?
So yeah, you've seen this book. You've seen this book title. What do you do next, Marin?
A book? A cookbook. Um. She hands the book over to Brainy.
Mm-hmm.
Vanessa
I
kind of
think
pipes in with the thought, cookbook? What the hell even is that?
I think it's best if we bring this back to the library with us. I don't feel comfortable investigating here.
I don't think it's worth. I can tell you right now, it's not even worth a bibble. Brainy has opened the book, and all of the pages inside are blank.
Is this some kind of decoy?
Uh,
Yeah, what even is this? A fake? Vanessa is. But if that killed that guy, I've then. What even is this thing? There's nothing in here.
it's the abominable. It's just the strange way that abominable magic works. Well, as you suggested, I'll take this back to the library, and we can continue to research it.
Yeah, perhaps Bosch can find something hidden. Perhaps this is some kind of illusion meant to, throw us from, the truth of in the book.
Possibly. Well,
Until then, though.
Well, also, Kive says, yeah, let's go. Don't want to hear songs again. Weird.
yeah, let's just
And
do.
Vanessa responds saying, "Oh yeah, those weird talking animals. Yeah, they are real annoying. Man, they had me itching to get out of here just because of that too."
Don't even get me started.
Then maybe we should leave before they do their goodbye song.
Yeah, come on, let's get out of here. Uh, oh, by the way, hey, this place, this place we're going to won't be all deserted like this place, right? Not full of weird talking animals. No offense, they're Mr. Rainy.
None taken. Um, all I know right now is that probably the evil from here is dispelled. I don't have any other options except continuing to monitor the entirety of the dimension, just to make certain that no other evil force is going to try to return here and do more damage to the world tree.
Well, Vanessa does stuff, and it says, "Well, I think this place is pretty safe as it is with those animals driving away whatever comes in here." Er, and besides, and she holds Kiwi's hand again. I'm finally not well completely alone anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Or so wherever my new little bro go, wherever my new little brother goes, I'll be going as well. So yeah, I'll be
Yes,
coming with you.
we're bound to introduce you to a very wild interland known as the Baron's Wasteland.
All right. If we're good, I guess if there's any place to look for any more of my kind, there would probably be the place.
And so everybody leaves the dimension in peace as it has been for many years, particularly the ones in which Brainy has been its guardian. The World Tree, a figure approaches the bones left behind by Senric. Says, "You know it's an awful shame. I was more than certain to ask him to join me if he was capable of surviving all of that. But at least it's a good thing that I probably spared the one thing that actually gave him his powers." And he holds out the actual copy of Ika's tome.
That motherfucker is him!
And that is the episode.
Um,
The whole bastard! I can't believe he just. He put a blank cookbook there. A cookbook with nothing in the pages, even though there are pages, is just.
Well, at any rate, this concludes this episode of One Shots from the Meowing Portal. The next episode, our team is going to be taking a well-deserved break while QB and her 3 newfound friends begin the first exploration of the newly refurbished, reflorid, and refauned version of the Baron's Wasteland.
Alright, I can't wait.
Let's go!
So this is a
Mini
special
adventure
episode.
time.
I believe that we are calling it the Baron's Wasteland One Shot. Next time on One Shots from the Meowing Portal. Thank you, everybody, once again for tuning in to One Shots from the Meowing Portal. Thank you once again to my players. Thank you to Game Night 00, Marin Mermaid, and Shy Brunny Servant. Be sure to check out Marin Mermaid on twitch.tv/Marin Mermaid and Shy Brunny Servant at youtube.com/at Beamy's Wonderland. And of course, check me out. My name is Brainy the RPG Cat. I have been expanding my streaming sphere between Twitch, the live.space beta, and YouTube. I am also pretty soon going to be joining VStream soon, so that's just going to be another addition to the places where I'm capable of streaming. And of course, be sure to catch this and all previous episodes of One Shot from the Meowing Portal on my YouTube page at youtube.com/@BrainyTheRPGCat. Alrighty, folks. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Remember, BRANY means smart. Nothing's too hard if you use your head. Always be the change that you want to see in the world. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Have a good night, everybody. And thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thank you all. See you later.
Thank you. Have a great night, everybody.
Bye-bye.